Good morning, everyone. It's Southstroke Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. We're here. We're live. I'm here in the Middle East with you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's all about the positivity, isn't it? It's all about positivity. Can we stay positive for the full hour, for the full duration of the show? I don't think we can. I think that's asking a little bit too much at the moment. Lots of things have been going on. Player leaks have been going on. Again, we got player leaks. What's going on? For goodness sake, how many times have we been through this with these player bloody leaks every single year? We got it. It's predictable, isn't it, at the end of the day? Players seem to be unhappy. There's players there that are unhappy, apparently. They're unhappy. Oh, poor you. Poor you. You're so unhappy. I'm really sorry about that, mate. We can't. I mean, at the end of the day, life doesn't revolve around you, for goodness sake. Be successful at the football club. That's all we ask of you. Please, just be successful and put your all for the bloody great of the football club, guys. If you could do that, fantastic. Ineos have made their decision. The decision has been made. But as you know, with Ineos, it is slowly walking towards the destination. I rather walk towards the right decision than sprint towards the right decision. It's all about that, of course, guys. You know what? It's crazy at Man United. What do we do? We ever catch a break? Do we ever have any positivity? We're not going to get any, are we? Because at the end of the day, unless you're getting results on the pitch, you cannot be overzealous and you cannot be celebrating nothing at the end of the day. We're not celebrating anything. There's lots of problems within our football club. The fan base are divided. The fan base are screaming and shouting, defining people and stuff like that. At the end of the day, do you know what? I don't know. At the end of the day, listen. I was raised in a council estate in Leytonstone in East London. One of us in a 5-bedroom flat, guys. I didn't have a pot to bloody piss in, right? And I'll tell you one thing about me, right? I will always keep it real. No matter what I'll do, I'll always keep it real on these streams. And I don't care if it upsets some people. At the end of the day, some things need to be said. And if you want to ask me anything, you are more than welcome to ask me anything, guys. Because for me, it's all about spitting the gospel. I don't speak anything else. I speak gospelese. I don't speak anything else, guys. And that is what it's all about with this show, Stretford Post and Breaking Dawn, Chatterbox, whatever it is. The one thing I would say, right, listen, at the end of the day, my views are pretty simple, right? I've always been Manchester United in. What's best for the football club? Not what's best for Eric Ten Hag, not what's best for Eric Ten Hag out, not what's best for Ten Hag in. I've always been what is best for the football club. How do we improve the football club? That is how I go by. Last season, we won the FA Cup. Fair play. We had a poor season, but the mitigating circumstances that surrounded the season purchased Eric Ten Hag more time to have the first few games of this season, especially when given the first season that he had, that he won a trophy there as well and came third. So he bought himself a little bit of time. Now, as we get into the season, the results haven't been what we expect. Of course, they haven't been what we expect. But at the end of the day, this kind of reminds me of the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer period, the Jose Mourinho period. Do you know what I mean? It just reminds me of that, where suddenly the first season comes in and players start to down tool, and it starts getting lower and lower and lower. Results getting worse and worse and worse. And this has been happening for ages. Is there any magic wand? Is there something we can get to say, like, do you know what I mean, fix this? If I knew the answer, guys, I would say, yeah, let's go for it at the end of the day. If I knew the answer. Is Ten Hag to blame? Of course he's to blame. Are the players to blame? Of course they're to blame. Because those same players have been there for years and years and years, down tooling. It's deja vu for me. It's deja vu. It's like the same movie. It's like Groundhog Day. For goodness sake, it's Groundhog Day again. Every day. It's one of my favorite movies, by the way, is Groundhog Day. But it's like that every single year. And I'm starting to get tired of it, guys. I'm really starting to get tired of this. I'm really starting to get tired of the division. I'm tired of the toxicity. I'm tired of all that. And at the end of the day, people fuel the toxicity for people to respond, and then it is a domino effect as we go on and we go on and we go on. At the end of the day, this club will never be united in regards to the fans because of certain groups. And it's my duty to call out those certain groups, right? Those certain groups who are intent on dividing the fan base. And like I said, I'm from the East End of London. Do you know what I mean? I'm classed as a man dem at the end of the day. I'm a man dem at the end of the day. But then again, I don't fit into that man dem slot, do I? Because do you know what? I'm not like a man dem, am I? You know what I mean? And you can read in between the lines at the end of the day. You know what? I am a man dem at the end of the day. If you want to call me a man dem, I'm a man dem at the end of the day. I'm from the East End of London, for goodness sake. Do you know what I mean? I was raised in a poverty-driven place, guys. So at the end of the day, if you want to talk about personal things, you want to talk about who is, who isn't, who is not a fan, or who's pretending to be a fan, let's bring it on. Bring it on to the show, guys. Absolutely. It's all about the realness on the show, guys. I do not sugarcoat things. I'm not Willy Wonka. No soggy biscuits. The Soggy Biscuit crew. Big up the Soggy Biscuit crew anyway. No soggy biscuit. The soggy biscuit of the week I'm going to give today is the Soggy Biscuit of the week. And the Soggy Biscuit of the week is coming early this week, guys. It's early, guys. Good morning, Rasta. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. So at this point, where we finish at the end of the season? That is the key question. How long is a piece of string at the end of the day? Going into the Champions League next year might be very difficult at the moment, man. You know what? It's sad. It's sad. I'm sad. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Man United should be there. Man United should be in the Champions League at the end of the day. That is where we belong. Of course, that is our bread and butter. We are the pioneers of English teams in the Champions League. And it's crazy, isn't it, at the end of the day, that we're not there. Good morning, David. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, afternoon, even to all good men around the world. Still waiting for the verdict. There might not even be a verdict. There might not even be an announcement, guys. So if there is an announcement, just be sure that, you know what, it's business as usual. It's business as usual. It could be that, you know what, no one has said there's going to be an announcement. Although I would have liked Ineos to come out and say, you know what, his job is safe or he's going to be sacked. At the end of the day, look, it's the anxiety and it's the indecision that creates toxicity, and it creates arguments between fans, and it creates annoyance, and it creates anger. That's what happens at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely. So do you know about last night's meeting? Last night's meeting at the end of the day was already organized weeks ago. So the one thing about last night's meeting, it was already planned. And in regards to last night's meeting, it was not just about Erik Ten Hag. It's about how things will improve, where we can improve upon, including commercially, including the stadium, things like that. It was an all-round Manchester United chat, basically, in regards to that. And do you know what? Nothing has been said yet. No one has leaked anything yet. No one really knows anything about what's going to go happen. But what I would say is this. If they are backing Erik Ten Hag, they should just come out and say they're going to back Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag has been sent on holiday. He's on holiday at the moment. It can work two ways. They either come out and say they're backing Ten Hag, or they're waiting and they're gonna tell Ten Hag that he's lost his job, and then they're going to report it to the people. That is what could be the issue. That's what could be the whole scenario here. So they're either going to come out and say, which they haven't, Erik Ten Hag is backed, or they're going to say, you know what, he's on holiday. We're going to go and tell Erik Ten Hag that he's not manager of Man United anymore, and then we're going to come back to England and then announce it to the fans, of course, guys. Sal, when are you doing live call again? Yeah, I will be doing a live call later on. Chat about later on. I'm doing another show later on, so I'll definitely be. I'll try and get you on at the end of the show, my friend. Absolutely, I'll get you on at the end of the show, my friend. I'll try my best. But I'm doing another show today at 1 o'clock UK time. I think it is UK time. 12 o'clock UK time as well. I'm going to be doing a show at 12 o'clock UK time, I believe it is. Absolutely. So you can join me on there. Morning, Sal. Morning, Dave. Morning, Brian. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Are you doing well? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Morning, Sal. I disagree. Most of the players are signing, and he chose to bench them and play Eriksen. Mate, at the end of the day, look, you know what? At the end of the day, it's not just about dropping players here. It's not about dropping players. We've got 7 players, Chow, that are still there from 10 years ago. Listen, 7, right? And they don't have to be on that football pitch to create chaos. Right. And at the end of the day, some players can be manipulative. Some players can say they're going to perform. They can perform in training. When they get on that pitch, they don't quite perform. Do you know what? It's a little bit more complicated, Chow. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Do you know what? Players can be manipulators. Players can be liars at the end of the day. But the players that played, at the end of the day, Evans, you know what I mean, played very, very well. The team did well. And you have to praise the team that played at the weekend because they did well. And you have to give them their props at the end of the day. If you carry on with the negativity in regards to, oh, we didn't play well and blah, 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 we should have won that game. We were a pass away from winning that game, Chow. You know what I mean? But you know what? He won't get the praise from anyone because people are too intent on the anger and it needs to go now. It needs to go now. I've had enough of it. It needs to go now. At the end of the day, listen, I've supported the club longer than you, Chow, and a lot of people in this chat since the 80s, my friend, when right on time, dun, 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 you're right on time, right on time. That is when I started supporting Man United. That was #1 in the bloody charts, guys. Absolutely. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, everyone. Of course, good morning, obviously, everyone. That is 50 million. That is going to cost the club. We might even lose our sponsorship from Snapdragon. I don't know. I don't know about that. At the end of the day, it depends how this is all handled and stuff. The only way for us to win the Europa League, which seems very difficult for us at the moment, guys, we can't even think about the Europa League because we can't even beat FC20. Do you know what I mean? If we can't beat FC20, we can't think about the Europa League. Beginning of this season, listen, I had my expectations. My expectations were astronomical, of course. I had massive expectations for the season. But you know what? This season's been very disappointing so far, right? And whatever happens, it happens. I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm not Ten Hag in, I'm not Ten Hag out. I'm Manchester United in, as I always say. But I will always call things as they are. I will not add salt onto the wound. I will not do that. Right, I will not be overzealous and start giving ridiculous expectations and praising people for things they don't deserve. But I won't criticize people for what is not their fault. Also, I won't, because this whole problem with Manchester United has been going a long time ago. It's a long time ago, way before Eric Ten Hag. It's a cultural thing at the football club. It's a cultural thing at the football club. There is a fundamental issue in regards to this football club that we cannot put our finger on right now. At the end of the day, we cannot put our finger on what the issue is. We have to win our next Premier League match in Europe. Rasta, we have to go on a run, bruv. We have to go on a run. We have to go on a big run. We have to go on a literally 5-6 game run, Rasta. I think, in my opinion. I will be wounded if ever we get. We're not going to get relegated, Rasta. Don't worry about that. There's too many crap teams in that Premier League for us to get relegated. We're not going to get relegated. Absolutely not. No. They would take something like a points deduction or something like that to get us relegated. Even then, we'll probably survive. Do you know what I mean? We're a lot better than Everton. We're a lot better than Southampton. We're a lot better than Ipswich. We're a lot better. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's going to be better. That never happened. So while Everton now consistently plays Bruno, given his catches, Rashford, with those two are sat 3 previous managers. Maybe, Chow, that this is in his contract. Maybe. Maybe there's a stipulation in his contract. And one thing I would say, you're absolutely right, Chow. I don't think he should be playing Bruno. And I've said that numerous amounts of time. He shouldn't be playing Bruno. Now, no manager is exempt from criticism here. No, none of them are exempt from criticism. But at the end of the day, you can then argue who has played well for Manchester United. Let's be totally honest with ourselves. In regards to expectations and stuff like that, who has played well for Manchester United? Let's be fair. Which player has actually put in a shift for Man United? And you can say, do you know what? He's played all right. He's played good. Which player has done that? You can't say that, can you? Adeye, yeah, your mother. Stop copy and pasting messages. So yeah, absolutely. So and that's it. At the end of the day, that is what it is all about. For me, that is what it's all about, guys. And yeah, you know what? This whole thing is multi-layered. And as I said earlier in the show, it is a fundamental problem. It's a fundamental problem. You know what I mean? That we have. And yeah, Darko's not even in the chat. You're talking crap. You're a spammer. Stop getting in my chat, in my stream, please, and just duck out. For goodness sake, you've got a barn to go to, a cow to attend, whatever you've got a dairy, go to it, because I'm not interested. Thank you very much, guys. So at the end of the day, listen, I'm not interested in over sensationalizing everything. I'm not that guy. Do you know what I mean? But I'm also not one to praise someone for something they don't deserve praise for. I disagree with Eric Ten Hag picking the same players over and over again. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? With Bruno, he shouldn't be playing. He should have been dropped a long time ago. Eriksen should have moved into that. Number 10, we should have played Mainu and Ugarte as that midfielder. We've been saying it for weeks at the end of the day. But one thing we will give Eric Ten Hag credit for, and I'll tell you what I'll give Eric Ten Hag credit for, right? Eric Ten Hag doesn't deserve any credit this season. He doesn't, right? But he will get the benefit of the doubt through certain sections because obviously this is a new team. This is a new structure. This structure has just come into play, of course, at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, this structure, you know what, it needs time to implement itself, of course. But results need to be better. But what I will give Eric Ten Hag for, if Eric Ten Hag is sacked, do you know what? He's done some good at the football club. He's brought in Mainu. He's brought in Garnacho. He's brought in players like that who are fantastic players now. Fantastic players for the future. And you have to give him his props in regards to that. If he is sacked, you give him his props in regards to winning us 2 trophies in 2 years, 1 FA Cup the first time in 6 years. Right? At the end of the day, that is fantastic. You know, at the end of it. And that's how we would say it. And that's how we would see it, guys. Absolutely. Ciao. I think the system and tactical issue is a lack of communication with the players and the manager. It comes from everyone. It comes from everyone. This has all been said all before under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, under Jose Mourinho, under Louis van Gaal. This has already been said. I don't understand the system. I don't understand the tactics. These players are leaking crap again. Don't fall for it, child. Don't be stupid, right? These players are leaking things out. Right? They've leaked things out in the past. They've talked Radnick. They spoke about his accent. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They said he's a school teacher. Jose Mourinho. They said he's miserable. Do you know what I mean? Forget. Oh, I can't do the tactics. The tactics are wrong. I can't play my game. It's not about tactics, guys. Come and tell me what Aston Villa's tactics are. Tell me what Alex Ferguson's tactics are. There's no correlation between it because at the end of the day, it's about going on the pitch and bloody putting the shirt on and giving your all. That is what it's all about. It's not about tactics, style of play. This is a simplistic argument that the bots on the media like you to believe. It is the players on the pitch who are not giving their all at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's the players on the pitch that are not giving their all. It's 11 against 11 at the Black for crying out loud. We've got world-class players on that pitch. Those players are not giving their all, and they're using the same old excuses. Who are these leaks coming from? Again, the leaks are coming out of the club. Who are these leaks coming from? I tell you who these leaks are coming from. It's the same guys who have been there under Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Radnick. Of course, it's the same guys there who have been there throughout this last 10 years. Those are the guys who are leaking everything to the press. They've got the press on speed dial, and they're doing exactly that, leaking crap to the press again and again and again. And the fan base keep falling for it, blaming the bloody manager. It is the players. When they don't feel like playing anymore, they leak this stuff. I wrote this in a tweet 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I wrote this in a tweet about Eric Ten Hag. Just be wary that the 3rd season, they will start leaking things to the press. Things will start happening. They down tool. They don't like the tactics. Things like that. I've already said it. Am I psychic? Do call me Mr. Meg? Am I psychic? No, I'm not. It's so bloody obvious what they're doing. Big up, Darkazi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Absolutely, absolutely. I think Rashid, Bruno, Lindelof, I agree, child. That I agree with. Absolutely, they need to be sold. They need to go. Every single player that has been there since the Louis van Gaal day, for crying out loud, need to go. Because at the end of the day, look, these players are manipulators. They fake injury. They lie that they're going to perform. They lie that they love the club. They lie that they back the manager. And when they go on the pitch, 50-50s, they give you 30 flipping 70. And the 30 is them. At the end, they don't give you the 100%. And I see it with my own eyes. Steam, as someone said yesterday on the stream steam used to be coming out of Man United's head, like steam. It was that hot. They would work so hard. Steam used to be coming out of Man United heads. Players used to vomit on the pitch. That's how much they used to run. That is how Manchester United used to be. Do you know what I mean? Luke Shaw guaranteed is a rat. Absolutely, Ditrizzi. Look, you know what? A lot of them are, and some of them are in that group there. At the end of the day, Luke Shaw, look at Luke Shaw. At the end of the day, I play for England, but I don't want to play for Man United at the end of the day. We know what is going on with Luke Shaw. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them. Absolutely, he's one of them. In January transfer, we need to sign a left back and season striker. I said it at the beginning. In the summer, I was shut down. Of course, people said we don't need a striker. We need an experienced striker. You know what? One thing I would say, we need someone who's going to push those players. We need someone who's going to get those players and say, listen, oi, you need to do 100% here. This is Manchester United. You perform for the badge. We need someone like that. We need someone who is proven to do the business. Proven to do the business. That's what we need. At the end of the day, we don't need any more young players. We need more experience. We do need more experience, guys. Absolutely. We do need more experience. Yeah, those players need to go. And I agree with that. They do need to go. Bruno, Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, those players definitely need to go. I feel those players need to go, right? And then at the end of the day, you got Rashford as well. He needs to go. That's 5 of them. Those 5 players, maybe a couple of them haven't done anything. Maybe they're innocent, right? But one thing I would say, if you want to clear out the dressing room, you have to get rid of these players. You have to, because at the end of the day, there's bad eggs in that dressing room. It's pretty obvious. One bad apple ruins the fruit bowl, doesn't it? One. At the end of the day, these players need to go. You know what I mean? And if I was a new manager coming in, if a new manager comes in, straight away I would say, look, the guys who have been here since, let's say, the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer period backwards, I want them out of the club because I want to build a new club. That's what I would do. These players are a bad influence, guys. They're a bad influence on the football team, and we have to move on from that, guys. We really do have to move on from it at the end of the day. Luke Shaw is a waste of space and a scrub. Yeah, absolutely. He's a down tooler. He's a liar. I mean, Rasta Stocks. Was it Jose Mourinho who called him out? He called out Martial when he called out Rashford, didn't he? Back when he was a manager, he called them out, and he's absolutely spot on. Zizou, we need a striker like Robin over 25. Yeah, absolutely, Zizou. Look, at the end of the day, look, we can have this rule where we don't sign anyone over 26, but Sir Alex Ferguson signed Robin van Persie, and Robin van Persie arguably single-handedly won us the Premier League title. We need strikers like that. We need one striker like that. But the problem is that Man United are having right now, and this is where it's a double-edged sword, right? This is the problem that we're having. We're not getting any supply from the width. We're not getting any supply from the 10. We're getting no supply for the strikers. And when the strikers get no supply, I would urge you to go back and see Robin van Persie's goals for Man United, 25 goals, as you said, for Manchester United during that title-winning season in 2013, of course. I would urge you to go back and look at all the goals. Look at the goal against Aston Villa, what won us the title. Who passed the ball? Rooney. Assist, right? Look at the goals against Southampton when he scored a hat-trick. Assist, assist, assist. We're not assisting for the strikers. We're not getting the ball to the strikers' feet to have a chance of scoring at the end of the day. We're not doing that. And that is where the problem lies. You know, these players need to be taught. They need to be drilled into creating, into creating for the striker, passing to the striker. When Robin van Persie signed for Man United, Sir Alex Ferguson said, you make sure you pass the ball to Robin van Persie. He said it. You make sure you pass the ball to Robin van Persie. Mad, isn't it? Rasta starts, we need to sign a left back in Jack. I said that already, guys, months ago. No one listened. No one said this months ago. I said it months ago, guys. Now everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet. Thank you very much. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I said Kadioglu. I've been saying it. I was saying it all flipping summer, for crying out loud. And no one would pick it up because at the end of the day, when you don't have a certain position on that pitch, it leaves the side imbalanced. It leaves the side imbalanced, guys. Absolutely. Now everyone's starting to say, we need a left back. We need a left back. Now, Chow, you're starting to say, we need a left back. You go back to when I was in Italy and you see how many times I said we need a left back. I made a bloody fun now saying to the left, for goodness sake. I said that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, goodness me. Wish we had Jose Mourinho. He was straightforward. He was, but you know what? It's not going to work now. It's not work. Jose's finished. Mourinho said there were 3 players he once sold and is still in the team. Absolutely, child. Mad, isn't it? Mad. Commissar with no problem. The ball is too big and the goals are too small. Low. Commissar, we know the problem. The ball is too big and the no, their egos are too big and the implementation is too small. Brian, that is the correct terminology, my friend. Yeah, the ego's too big and the implementation is too small. And that is what I would say that sums up Manchester United fans to a T. Mwah, to a T. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Now, things don't help. Fans don't help. Certain fan groups don't help our cause. You know what I mean? The negativity, the toxicity is absolutely off the charts, guys. It's off the charts. It's crazy at the end of the day when you see the negativity that's going on within our fan base. It's disappointing. It's sad at the end of the day. And a lot of them are loudmouths. A lot of them just want to be right all the time. Do you know what I mean? And that is the problem that we're having right now. At the end of the day, what's going to happen is Ineos are going to make their decision, right? I've heard that they've made the decision already, but nothing has been leaked, but they've made the decision. The decision has been made, right? Jim Ratcliffe supposedly was not a fan of Eric Ten Hag during that meeting. He was one of the people who were opposed to Eric Ten Hag staying. But as we know, that the whole of Ineos, they're there for opinions, and it's going to be a majority vote, of course. So whoever votes Ten Hag in, whoever votes Ten Hag out, that is going to be the situation. But that meeting last night, was not just about Eric Ten Hag. It was about a number of things at Manchester United. It was about many things that are going on within the club. And it was just a review that was organised way before we started doubting this season and stuff like that. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're good. Good morning, Randy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. Hope everything is cool with you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Good to have you back. So at the end of the day, look, listen, you know what? These leaks have got to stop. These players be unhappy about tactics. I'm happy about the tactics. We've heard it all before. For goodness sake, we're not stupid, guys. We're Man United fans. We're smart. We know ball. We know this has been going on for ages. This has been going on for years now. We cannot keep just bowing down to these players. We turned on the players. We turned on the manager. Majority of the fans turned on the manager when Jose Mourinho was manager. And majority of the fans turned on Jose Mourinho and said, get Jose Mourinho out. And they backed the players. They backed the players. Now, we have Ineos in charge of Manchester United, right? I was full Sal. Basically, I was full Sal. And at the end of the day, I was the one who said, Qatar in, because they were the only ones who put in the money up for the full sale. I said that. Now look, we still got Joe Glazer there. We still got Ineos taking their time, so slow to make decisions, causing indecisiveness, causing toxicity. They're there, slowly going to the destination again, slowly. Again, it's too much. Do you know what I mean? It's too much. And they need to quicken it up. They need to fasten the pace at the end of the day, because all it does, it shows indecisiveness. They need to quick it up. They need to speed it up, guys. Why United cannot terminate the player's contract? Because it'll cost them a lot of money, Chow. If they're on a 3-year contract, they're going to have to pay them a compensation, which includes the full amount of their wages paid up front. So if Marcus Rashford is earning $350,000 a week, you're going to have to pay him $350,000 a week in regards to 2-3 seasons worth. It's going to be a lot of money. To terminate the contract of these players, it's going to cost astronomical amounts of money. They can't do it. The only way they can do it is if they sell to another football club. But the problem we're having is selling to another football club is that these same players are on ridiculous amounts of wages, and these other teams cannot afford the wages. They can afford the transfer fee, right? We may be able to afford 50, 60 million, but they cannot afford the wages. Not even PSG wanted to pay 350 grand for Marcus Rashford a week. Now, this is where we come into the catch-22 scenario. Do you know what I mean? Where we either have to keep them and hope they perform, or we just wait until their contract runs out. You know, or we get an opportunity to sell them at the end of the day. And do you know what? This is down to Murto. This is down to Woodward, of course. We've given them these astronomical wages, which was totally unjustified. We gave Bruno away a contract, which was just totally unjustified, guys. In my opinion, I think Bruno's getting on now. I think we should look on moving him on and bringing in another number 10. In my opinion, that's what I would do. Or leave him on the bench. Hope the meeting was some of the leaks, and I think is anyone involved. I hope so, Kazi. Do you know what? I really do hope so, because do you know what? We've heard it all before. At the end of the day, Kazi, we've heard it all before. And those of us who are glued on, we've heard it all before. And we're not going to fall for that crap again. We're not going to do that again. We've had enough of it. We're tired of it. Let's be honest. We're tired of it. We're tired of this nonsense coming out from the fan base. You know, we're tired of the nonsense coming out from these players. I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely fed up with these leaks. I'm tired of the same deja vu that goes on every single season at Manchester United. You can read it, you can predict it. It's the same crap. So what do? We have to get rid of those players, some of them who've been there since Louis van Gaal. They have to get rid of them. It's not hard to work out who these players are. It's not hard to work out who they are. Now, we have to try and get rid of these players. As much as it's going to be difficult and it's going to be expensive, we may have to get a loss, But these players won't leave because at the end of the day, I'm getting 350 grand a week. I'm not going to leave the football club. Why should I leave the football club? I'm getting 350 grand a week at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, well, look, you know what? We'll have to make do. We'll have to make do for now. We have a complete restructuring firm. Our coaching staff pick players that show progress, fighting spirit, players that have the intelligence of how football is played, not just kicking the ball. It's not only that, mate. I'm sure they know how to kick a ball, David, but the problem is that they're not giving enough effort on the pitch. And in the Premier League, if you don't give enough effort on the pitch, we all know what happens. You generally don't lose. You don't win many games if you don't give an effort on the pitch, because at the end of the day, football is about fine margins, especially in leagues like the Premier League, which is deemed the best league in the world. You don't get a chance to down tool even 1%, because that 1% is the difference between winning and losing. It's like Usain Bolt and number 2. Usain Bolt is number 1 and the number 2. Usain Bolt comes first and the number 2 comes second. Why does the number 2 come second? Because it's that 0.1% that he is trading at the end of the day. And there is a reason for coming number 2. We're not even coming that. We're coming number 8th. We're coming number 14th. We're number 14th. At the end of the day, these players are giving nowhere near enough effort. You honestly think with the likes of De Ligt, Leacher, Mazrui, Bayern Munich, De Ligt, Bayern Munich, Mainu, you know what I mean? Ugarte, one of the star players for Uruguay, of course. Those type of players, you know what I mean, are good enough, are better than 14th. They're not better than 14th. Of course, they're better than 14th, but they're not giving enough, of course, guys. I agree. You don't build a team around the 30-year-old players like left back. Absolutely, Chow. You don't. And at the end of the day, I would say that Bruno is slow now. He's sluggish. One thing I would do in regards to this, I would put him on the bench for a little while to see how it goes. And then after that, I will make my decision. Do you know what I mean? But right now, he's not playing very well and he shouldn't be starting football matches. I'll say that as it is. And we can't keep playing these players, expecting them to perform eventually. We can't keep doing that. Do you know what I mean? We can't keep playing these players and expecting them to perform. It doesn't work like that. They have to put in a shift. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what? We cannot keep pushing these players to perform for Man United. We cannot keep saying, oh, do you know what? Tuchel will get more out of Rashford and Bruno. At the end of the day, these players shouldn't need motivation to play for the great football club of Manchester United. They shouldn't need motivation. They shouldn't need Tuchel to push them to perform for Man United. They should know what Man United means. They should know what it takes to succeed at this great football club. They shouldn't need people to push them and say, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, I believe in you. And turn that switch on. And then that switch turns back off itself in a couple of months. We can't be doing this anymore. We have to hold those players responsible as well. Right, so good afternoon. I've been quietly watching your stream. Thank you, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Quiet. Jim, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Absolutely. And good morning to you, Sal. Good morning, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope, regardless, whether you're quiet, thank you for watching, my friend. Thank you for watching. 68 are watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and smash a like on the video, guys. Smash a like on the video. It's very, very important, and it builds up the channel, guys. This is the realest channel on the streams. Guys, this is the realest channel because I speak how it is. I don't care who I upset. This is how it goes. At the end of the day, it's not about being an arsehole. It's not about that. It's about saying the truth and talking how it is, guys. It's not about that. Do you know what I mean? And I will always do that, and I'll never sugarcoat anything, of course, guys. And that is what it's all about. It's all about Manchester United. It's not about individuals. It's not about personal agendas. It's nothing about, I like this manager. I'm Ten Hag in. I'm Ten Hag out. This is about Manchester United, and this is about the group as a general, a group in general. The whole club is an absolute mess, and there's fundamental problems within this football club that we cannot fix at the moment unless we get rid of some of those mercenaries within the football club that are deemed untouchable because they're Manc born and bred, and they've been there for years and years and years, of course. Kazi, just play the new signings and the young players and bench the players that have been there for 10 years. Absolutely, Kazi. The problem we're having at the moment is that even though those players are not playing, they are still big influences within the dressing room. There's still big influences on those young players. And we cannot have these players here anymore. We can't be doing this anymore. These young players are going to be influenced by these mercenaries, and we can't have that anymore. These players need to be out the door, and they need to be out the door quickly. It's up to Manchester United and Ineos to find out who the bad eggs are, who the bad apples are. Because at the end of the day, they're liars, they're manipulators. You know what I mean? Devil is a liar at the end of the day, and that's what they are. At the end of the day, and that's what they do. So I love your work, and you speak very fast, bro. Thank you so much, Trizzy. I try to slow down, but I try to get everything in between in the hour. I do try to get everything in the hour. Do you know what? I'm not like those streams that just read things off the internet. I like to speak Do you know what I mean? I like to just speak and speak without any rehearsal, without any papers in front of me at the end of the day, because you know what? I speak from the heart. When you speak like this, you speak from the heart. You know what I mean? And I do that all the time. At the end, I don't fill it up with ridiculous graphics on the screen and stuff like that. I just speak, and that's why I am the chatterbox, of course, guys. Absolutely. I have a question. If you bring in Southgate, would you have the same zeal and support him for 2 years, plus tell the players push themselves, implement Southgate's instructions? I'll be real with you, Trigger Kim, as a guy from England, as an Englishman. I don't like Southgate. I've never liked Southgate. He's not a good manager. He's not good enough for Man United. He had a generational team right there, a generational squad right there, and he still managed to F it up in 2 finals. In fact, he should have won those 2 finals, in my opinion, with the players that he had on the pitch. At the end of the day, he should have won those 2 finals. But you know what? He's a loser, and we got to stop employing these losers at the end of the day. We got to get people who are there, who are willing to win, not just come second, not just compete. We need someone who can get us over the line. If Gareth Southgate was the manager in the FA Cup final against Manchester City last summer, we would have lost that game. Make no bones about that. We would have lost that game. If Gareth Southgate was manager of Manchester United in the FA Cup final, we would have lost, guys. We would have lost the game. Chidi will come in and solve our goal scoring problem. We hope so. I wish Chidi the best of luck, of course. Chido, I wish him the best of luck, of course. I wish he comes in and becomes a generational that he is, and it will keep all those strikers on their toes, of course. But we cannot put too much pressure on him. He's only a 16-year-old. We cannot put too much pressure on a 16-year-old, of course. But if he's ready, he should be playing. If he's ready, we should bring him in as a substitute and see how it goes. Not only him, Coney as well. He's another one, of course, guys. OG, my guy, big up, Drizzy, big up yourself. Thank you, mate. Top of the morning, Sal. The hardest problem to solve is the dressing room. I can never find anything to wear. Top button. Well done, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. I just end up wearing the same thing. This is the best #1 stream, the Real Deal channel. This is not about money, making a sponsored channel like others. This is a place to be real, community fan channel. Welcome. All keep it up, Sal. Thank you so much, Jim. This is what it's all about, and I do not sugarcoat anything. Now, a lot of people were saying to me, look, do you know what? You're harsh on those other fan channels. You were harsh on them. Why did you diss them? Why did you do that? You know what I mean? Why did you say that to them for? Why did you try and mock them? At the end of the day, I say it like this, guys. You know what? There is more than meets the eye. When it comes to things, there is more than meets the eye what they've done to me. At the end of the day, if I do something, there's generally a reason why I do it. There's generally a reason. If you try to downplay me, I shut you down. That's what I do at the end of the day. If you try to downplay me, I shut you down. And if anyone wants to come on this show and redeem themselves and try and give it to me, I'm more than happy to have these guys on the show. This is what I do. At the end of the day, I'm more than happy to have those guys on the show. But they won't come on this show because I'm too savvy for them. I'm too for them to even comprehend. For goodness sake, I'm in the bloody hip hop game for 20 years, guys. I've done a lot in this game. I've done a lot in life, guys, at the end of the day. And you know what? I don't just sit in front of a green screen. Do you know what I mean? I've done a lot in this life. You know what I mean? And I don't need to prove anything to anyone. But what I will do is speak the truth, and I'll come on this show and I'll always speak my heart. And that's what I would do at the end of the day. And if anyone wants to come on this show and prove themselves to me and back themselves, it's up to them. And no, they will not be giving me clout, because at the end of the day, have millions of views across the internet. It's not about you giving me views, because that's what they will say. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to give him clout. My goodness me, mate. I can have Sarah Romano on this channel next week if I wanted to. It's not about that. It's about being truthful and spitting the gospel and being the truth, of course, guys. Jizzy, I disagree, bro. Southgate is where we need. He's a good manager. He's English. He knows some of the players. He's got finals. I truly believe Southgate will be an excellent manager. Jizzy, I like you, but that your ball knowledge is zero, mate. Is zero. He should have won the European Championships with it against a very, very poor Italy. I'm connected to Italy, and I know how poor that Italy side is. And they said, I'm surprised we won that. And they didn't qualify for another tournament, for another couple after that. He's tactically very boring. He's defensive. Just because he's English, what, we're going to play Maguire and Rashford? Are we going to go forward with Maguire and Rashford? Those players are the leaks. They need to be gone. At the end of the day, we're not going to have Gareth Southgate. No one wants Gareth Southgate. And Ineos have already said that Gareth Southgate is not going to be the manager. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. As an Englishman, he's not good enough. Trust me on that. As a Man United fan, 40-odd years, I would be devastated if we got Gareth Southgate as a manager. Morning, everyone. Morning, Hasaifa. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Chi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you back. Best man in the broadcast business. Thank you so much, Gloria. Keep spreading the word. Keep spreading the Stretford Post word, of course, guys. Absolutely. This is why Ten Hag out. I have analysed the games from 2022 when he joined up to now, and I think he's not that guy anymore. A manager is vital to develop players, so Fergie was good at it. So Fergie was good at developing players, but he also had a coach there as well, and he did develop a lot of players, and he made them better at the end of the day. Whatever happens with Eric Ten Hag, I'm going to back. Things need to get better. We know that things need to get better. And we have to move on at the end of the day. If he's not going to leave, you have to support your manager, and we have to go in on it, of course, guys. But please, Mr. Sal, is Chido on my team integrated into the first team already? He's in the first team squad, guys. He's going to Gloria. He's going to play some under 21 games, and we'll see where we are from there and see how his level is. Of course, he's only 16. Of course, has Conley played any match yet? Nope, not played any matches yet. He will do in the under 21s, of course. Again, Eric Ten Hag is going to give a lot of youth time only when they are ready and the team is stable. Yeah, he will do. He will do at the end of the day. He will do. But he needs to hurry. If Qatar took over, these players would have gone, and there will be no two ways about it. Kazi, we know what will happen if Qatar were in charge. We would have made humongous amounts of differences. The stadium would already be in the process of being built. Manchester United, all those players who were down tooling would have been out the door. I don't care if Ten Hag was there or not. A lot of those players would be gone. You know what I mean? They would have paid out their contract. That's what they would have done. And you know what? How are we going to compete against the likes of Man City when they're bending the rules and they've got endless money and an endless pocket and we're walking to our destination? It doesn't. You know what? We've got no chance, have we, when you think about it? TJ, Southern can't be better than Ten Hag. That man is nowhere near top manager. He's not nowhere near manager. He wouldn't win the FA Cup final. If he was in the FA Cup final against Man City, he would have lost. He would have lost that game, 100%. If Southern becomes a manager, I'm out. I think a lot of people will be out, Chow. I think a lot of people, even Mark Goldbridge said he's going to be Ten Hag out from the beginning. You know what I mean? South got out already before it happens. It's not going to happen. So, you know what? Sal, you and I know the real mocker side of rants and the others are fake. So the greatest thing that I love about you and Stretford Post is your friendliness and straight up honesty. Mate, at the end of the day, I don't diss anyone. I don't say anything horrible to anyone because I'm a good guy. At the end of the day, I've done a lot for people in my life. I'm not a bad person. I don't like causing conflict between people. I supported these guys from a very, very long time, guys, from a very long time. Since around 2017, something like that, I was supporting these guys, right? They're the ones who backstabbed me. They're the ones who I don't know, it's jealousy or whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm married to a beautiful woman. I don't know what it is. At the end of the day, it may be. I don't know. Maybe this doesn't just fit. I don't know at the end of the day. But you know what? They pull it on themselves. And you know what? They're not innocent. And I would say that from the heart. Eric Ten Hag transfers have been a disaster. If it was simply a coach, he might have saved himself from bringing in Anthony Casemiro, Onana, Mount Hoyland, and sending Kovar and Alvaro Fernandez. That is a problem, Mac. I agree with you there, mate. Kovar was obviously good enough. He won the league with Bayern Leverkusen. He was obviously good enough to play for Manchester United. He should have been given a chance. Alvaro Fernandez was obviously good enough to play for Manchester United. He should have been given a chance as well. Odeneye was good enough to play for Man United. He should have been given a chance. And this is why you have the little bit of doubts, of course, guys. This is what it's all about, of course, guys. We need to win every single games after the international break because we are set. Yeah, we have to win against Brentford, of course. That is the first things first. We have to win against Brentford and we have to go on a humongous run. Can we go on a 4-5 game winning run? That's the thing. That's what we need to do. We need to go in that 4-5 game winning run. Of course, all I want is this for United to compete against the teams. Absolutely. This is all I want, David. I want us to be in the picture. All I want is Man United to be in the picture and I want us to be competing. I think that's what everyone really wants. Well, some people do. Some people thrive off negativity. But I do. I want Man United to be in the picture, just to be challenging, for crying out loud. Just to be challenging. That's all I want Man United to do, to challenge. That's it. Next few games are very easy. Only games I can accept dropping points are Chelsea and Arsenal. At the end of the day, we can't even afford to drop points anymore. It's time we proved ourselves, Saifa. Absolutely. We have to win the next game, but it is time we proved ourselves now. And so, look, at the end of the day, if Eric Ten Hag is the right guy, then prove it. Prove it. Go and beat Chelsea. Go and beat Arsenal. Prove where you are. Prove that you're a good manager. Do you know what I mean? Hi, everyone. Please smash the like button and subscribe button every 10 Hag until Christmas. And I stand by that. Big up, Grayo. Love it. Absolutely agree with you, my friend. My reasoning for what Ten Hag on is that I cannot name a single match that I can even put my finger on that I can say we will win. And if this is bad from Styles stay. But if this is bad, form stays, then we could be relegated. Johnny, I don't think we'll be relegated, mate. That's sensationalism. We're not going to be relegated, mate. It's absolutely ridiculous that we're going to be relegated. Don't use those buzzwords because it's not going to happen. There is Ipswich Town. There is Southampton. There is Everton. Teams are far worse than us, guys, at the end of the day. Crystal Palace, who we outplayed, they're far worse than us, guys. We beat Southampton 3-0. They're crap, of course, guys. The league is, you know what? The league is very weak. And you know what? We'll be all right. We'll come in the top 10, mate. We'll come in the top 6, even though that is not good enough, mate. And we need to do better. We do need to do better, Johnny. Kazi, how long have you had this channel? Since 2000. And I had my first video around 2018, 19 on this channel. I've had a YouTube channel since about 2007 when YouTube first happened, and I was monetized on that on my music channel years and years ago before these guys even had the ability to put on their own trousers at the end of the day. So there, yeah. Also on Southgate, David Stone believes that Ineos haven't and don't have plans to talk to Southgate. So that, yeah, that's a positive, Johnny, because they listen to the fans, which is a positive at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I would have felt that they would have made their own decision in regards to that, because the noises coming out of Old Trafford were a lot with Southgate, and there's no smoke without fire, of course, guys. So that is a bit of a worry, of course. To the guy that stays, the next fixtures are easy. There are no easy games for us, this team. Absolutely, you know what? The only thing about having a new manager is that we're going to get a new manager bounce. And you know what? They will probably turn up for that game, won't they? You know what I mean? And everyone say, I told you, look at style of play already. Look at style of play already. That's what they're going to do. We know it. We can read them like a book. Everton needs to play the players that brought in and the way prefers. He said that he wants to play the Ajax way. You've got players now play that want to do this still. He should play the Manchester United way. F the Ajax way. What have Ajax won in Europe? You know what I mean? We've won more than Ajax in Europe this last bloody 10 years. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, play the football that suits the football club, that suits the players you have on the pitch, that you bought the players to have. At the end of the day, play winning football. Winning football, what it's all about. That's all I care about, is winning football matches of Manchester United, of course. So I don't dish anyone out either, but at the same time, I call them out for what they are honestly and no hate. Mate, you have to call them out. At the end of the day, they're not nice people. They're nasty people. They're horrible people, ungrateful people. They're nasty people at the end of the day. And you know what? They have big platforms because of a certain guy. Of course, they have big platforms, and you know what? They're unappreciated of it. And I don't care. Good luck to them with their big platforms. At the end of the day, they're still broke. At the end of the day, I don't have time to stand in a small little room with 3 men. Do you know what I mean? It was shouting at a screen. That's just not me. At the end of the day, I have my wife. Do you know what I mean? I like to sit in a room with, not 3 men. No offense. Sack the plumbers, solve the leaks. Eric Ten Hag needs to hammer the spanner. Big up, Button. You got the lyrics today, mate. You got the lyrics, Button. Big up yourself. Will you do call-in show in the future? I do video shows, mate. I do video shows. It's basically a call-in show, isn't it? Absolutely, I do video shows. I'm going to do a call-in show probably today, midday. Keep the notifications on. I might have another show coming around 12 o'clock English time, guys. So keep your notifications on. I will have that. If not, I'll do one in Chatterbox, guys. Absolutely. But definitely. Chow, do you want to get involved in the call-ins? I've never had you on a show before. You've never spoken before. On form today, Lowell, top button. He is. I just hope that they turn it around. If everything else turns around, I will hold my hands up and say I was wrong. But I worry about winning FA Cup and carry it whilst finishing mid-table. I do as well, Johnny. Do you know what? We cannot be overzealous. We cannot be overprotective of Eric Ten Hag. We have to go by what we see on the pitch. And do you know what? That is my stance when Manchester United at the end of the day. It has to be better, guys. It has to be better. Of course, it has to be better. Kazi, how long have you had your channel? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I've had this channel in particular, I've had since about 2017. I've had channels since then. I was doing videos way long before 17, but I wasn't doing live content. I was interviewing people and stuff like that. Good people, big people as well, including people like Jason McAteer, who played for Liverpool and stuff like that. Have a look at it. You know what I mean? I've had great people on this channel. And at the end of the day, look, I've had a YouTube channel since 2007. I was monetized in 2007 with my music channels, of course. I own about 3 channels. And they all got loads of views, guys. At the end of the day, I'm a music guy. I have music channels. And I used to do music management. So I have a number of channels there. Do you know what I mean? So when people turn to me, oh, you know what, Sal's only got 4,000 subscribers and stuff like that. Not necessarily. Absolutely. Isn't the most damning thing against Eric Ten Hag is that the lost faith in the expensive players that he brought in? Look at the expensive players sitting on the bench. Do you know what? I do believe that Al-Mac, you know what, as well as Johnny Evans did at the weekend, you know what, it doesn't bode well for the future, does it? We need to think of the future and we need to have a plan. At the moment, we're playing the players that have been there for 10 years, and that is not a plan. We should bring in the new players and keep playing them to get used to it at the end of the day, in my opinion. Johnny, and then Ten Hag say, I won 3 trophies in 3 years. Someone at the club needs to make Ten Hag socially aware. At the end of the day, do you know what? You're only as good as your last game. I do not like bringing past. Alex Ferguson never did that. So Alex Ferguson never said, well, I've won the most Premier League titles out of everyone. He never felt the need to do that. Jose Mourinho did that as well. And when you feel the need to do that, it sort of tells you that they are resigned to defeat because they're bringing up the past, they're being defensive. At the end of the day, a manager who's doing well doesn't need to mention what they've achieved. They don't need to do that. Whether it is two trophies in 2 years, whether it is five Premier League titles, whatever it is. Bless you, Sal. As I told you, beautiful community. This is my home. Thank you, Jim. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much, my friend. You are a legend. Thank you. Kazi, was you like that at school? Big up, big up, big up. Of course, I love playing music. Last year, I learned how to play acoustic guitar. I could play the violin. Absolutely. Sal, do you do streams on other channels? Can you drop the link so I can subscribe to them? I don't do any other streams on any other channels. I'm going to stop doing streams on any other channels because I personally don't believe that they are Man United fans. I don't. And this is being totally honest with you guys. You may like them. I don't think they are. I think they're using the club for clout and for absolute money. And that's what I believe. And I won't be appearing on those channels anymore that I've appeared. I don't think I will. I'll be just doing this channel from this day forth. I'll be just doing this channel because I don't believe in the other channels. I don't. And you know what? I've always got time for people. I've always got time for people. And that is how I will always be. But unless someone wants to bring me on their channel, right, who can give me a debate, a proper debate, and who's a proper Man United fan, I'm not going on any of those Man United channels, those other channels there, some of which I've already been on, of course, guys. Got it now. Big up, of course. Sal, when is Lenny scheduled to come back? And do you think Cheeto should be given a first minute space? And I think Cheeto should be given some 20 minutes here and there, depending how the game goes. Depending how we are in a football match, I would give him about 20 minutes here and there, in my opinion. Lenny should be back in November, Cheeto, Grayo, Lenny should be back in November. Hopefully he'll be back by 15th of November, which is my mother's birthday, of course. Hugh Baker, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Opinions on Goldbridge. Goldbridge. Now, look, my opinions on Goldbridge, I made it pretty clear about Mark Goldbridge. Mark Goldbridge is a sound guy. He's a good guy. He gives opportunities. He's never done wrong to me. He's never done harm to me. He's got the biggest platform in the world. Fair play to him. He worked his arse off. He worked very hard to get that platform, okay? So at the end of the day, I got respect for Mark Goldbridge. He gave all those loud mouths an opportunity, and which I know he regrets, right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, and they are ungrateful to him. He's had a lot of, you know what, at the end of the day, those guys who have the numbers now is because of him, right? In my life, right, I've always been grateful for every little small blessing that I've had, right? Even if I fall out of that person, I've always been grateful, and I always think about the positives that that guy did for me. Where would I be without that person, that woman, or that man? Do you know what I mean? Whether we fall out or not, I say, well, do you know what? I learned a lot in regards to that. He taught me that. He taught me that. She taught me that. She taught me that. That is how I am as a person at the end of the day. There are a lot of people now with egos, and big mouths, right, at the end of the day. And Mark Goldbridge is not one of them, right? He's not. And at the end of the day, given the platform he's got, I can message Mark Goldbridge right now. He will respond like that, right? Because he's a sound guy. And the abuse he gets from big mouths who are just trying to get a reaction out of him is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And these guys, not him, these guys are the actual problem within the fan base. They're the problem, not him. Good on yourself for sticking up to your beast. Thank you, Jim. You are a legend, my friend. As usual, you are a legend, my guy. Absolutely. This man reminds me of Sava. Grow up, you pleb. Maya, you got the name like Maya, the singer, haven't you? Definitely got the Maya like the singer. But definitely, your opinion is as strong as a paper plane, if you get what I mean. You silly Billy. You're such a silly Billy. You with your little hidden face, ain't you little silly Billy? Ain't you so great with your achievements in life? You're nobody. MIA. Ooh, goodness me. MIA. Goodness me. 30-year-old virgin, mate. Mate, listen. Well spoken, I agree. Listen, I'm a married man to a beautiful Italian princess, mate. You can't say nothing to me, mate. I've done everything. I'm retired in Abu Dhabi, not even 40 years old, my friend. When you get to my level, then come to me. Come to me, chubby chubs. Okay? Sal, 100 Goldbridge is okay. Big up, Brian. Of course, he is. I mean, he gets a lot of hate. And you know why he gets a lot of hate. And you know why. And it's not just about opinion. It's not just about they used to work at there. You know what I mean? It's not just about that. I love my guy because he's honest. Absolutely. It would be kind of funny if you're a returned without playing a single match under Ten Hag. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? My off you go, sunshine. Absolutely. I know it is. It's probably one of those guys on my Twitter page who love Saeed and stuff like that will come in on my channel and start making fake accounts. And then you know what? Because he's got a lot of bots. He has. And, they bring him in my stream, guys. So, yeah. Big up, Brayo. Big up yourself. Absolutely. Big up yourself. You can hate the player. You hate the game, not the player. Hate the game, not the player. Absolutely, guys. That is what it's all about at the end of the day. Lord Rodney, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to have you back, my friend. If he was on your level, he wouldn't be asked to comment. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Basically, the thing is, mate, I treat everyone like the same. I do. That's the way I am. I come from a very, very poor background, and I built my way up from nothing to having a good life, right, with good people around me, and that is what it's all about. It's not about money. It's not about things I have. It's about my life in general, the people around me. I have the best people. I have the best community here. Do you know what I mean? And that is what it's all about at the end of the day. Whether it's, hopefully I haven't paused too much. Yeah, whether my community is small or big, at the end of the day, it's all about quality, not quantity. And that's what I would say about it, guys. Missing in the action, big up Kazi. Randy, I love my Goldbridge to respect him. He looks at the issues in a balanced way. He does, but people want to spread rumors about him and it's wrong. You know what I mean? And I don't agree with that. You know what? Whatever Mark Goldbridge thinks of me, no matter what, you know what I mean? I don't like bullies. I don't like people like that. I always defend my corner and I'm not scared of anyone. You know what I mean? I'm not scared of anyone. You know, I've been through the mud in my life. I don't need to worry about anyone in my life. And I will speak the gospel. And I'll always speak the gospel on this channel. This is why this channel should grow. This is why this channel should have the numbers. And it will do, right? This is why we keep supporting this channel. Because at the end of the day, I will not counsel you out, you know what I mean? Because you have a different opinion to me. You know, we can learn a lot of things from each other at the end of the day. And that is what life is about at the end of the day, in my opinion. Piers, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Manu will never be any top team under the Ten Hag this season. He's got to improve, Piers. Piers, I love your name, by the way. He's got to improve. Definitely got to improve about beating the better teams. He's definitely got to improve about beating the better teams, guys. He does. He has to. He has to improve. And this has to happen quickly, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, guys, do you know what? Asaifa, how you doing, my friend? Goldbridge was made fun of and the rumours were all started by Stretford Paddock lads and now he's bigger than them. Karma. Absolutely. It was all sport, all this fake fan business. Listen, I encourage anyone, right? And this is not a dig at anyone. I encourage all these Man United fans, right, to post a picture of yourself in a Man United shirt, jersey, before you started your streams. Before you started the streams and your fan channels. Show me a picture on your Man United jersey when you were a child. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys have season tickets because Mark Goldbridge got them the season ticket. And I'm not sucking up to Mark Goldbridge. At the end of the day, a lot of people ask me about him, but the thing is, I will tell my truth. And if you ask me about anyone, I will give you the truth. I would not give, an imbalanced view. I will give you the truth of who they are because I've been in this game a long time, longer than them, subject to popular belief, right? And at the end of the day, I will give the truth on what I think about, things and stuff. I've always got your back, Sal. As soon as I see someone insulting, they are gone, mate. Grayo, you're a legend, brother. You're a legend. You are absolute diamond of a geezer, mate. Diamond of a geezer. Absolute enough love for you, mate. Thank you so much. Need more people like you, Grayo. I'm here because of the word virgin. Word for top button. I haven't been a virgin for a very, very long Jesus, I'm not going to say it. I'm married. I'm married, guys. So at the end of the day, I don't know what they're talking about at the end of the day. Yeah. A very, 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 very beautiful woman as well. God has blessed me. I kind of stopped liking Golbage when he started hating on Anana. He hasn't, mate. He just calls it as it is. Our only good players this year, Mark's been focused on criticizing him than the favourites. He's balanced, mate. He's balanced. Look, at the end of the day, Johnny, you have your favourites. I have my favourites. You have your ones you kind of don't rate. I have my ones who kind of don't rate. We say bad things about Ten Hag. You say bad things about Ten Hag. You say bad things about certain players. I say bad things about certain players. The only difference is that he has a big platform and it gets overly sensationalized. Right? We all have negative opinions about people. He doesn't diss them. He doesn't call them a bald fraud. He doesn't call them a peanut head. He doesn't call them anything like that. He criticizes them based on their footballing abilities. And I'm all for that. I don't mind that. Football is about judgment. It's about picking the bones out of a manager. If the manager is good enough or not, if the manager's making those mistakes, if that player is making those mistakes, if that manager is good enough or not, I can cry about, like, at the end of the day, if I said I don't rate Rashford, I don't rate Rashford. I really don't rate Rashford. He don't cross enough. He's too greedy. You know what I mean? He runs into blind alleys. If I had a big platform, people are saying, oh, he's got an agenda against Marcus Rashford. It's like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like that, unfortunately. So when YouTube channel gets so big, what is a slow mode? How does it work? So when a YouTube channel gets so big, what is slow mode and how does it work? What do you mean slow mode, Jim? What do you mean by that? I don't understand. Sorry, Jim. Garnacho, Euler, Martinez, etc. Do you know, at the end of the day, look, you know what? At the end of the day, I think Mark's done a good things for the community. I think he has. And at the end, I think he's overly unfairly criticized and scrutinized. I really do. Look, he's done nothing for me. Nothing. You know what I mean? But I will always back him up because at the end of the day, he's done nothing bad to me either. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? We talk a lot. We were going to plan a big tour. You know what I mean? With United Stand. All of us were going to plan this big tour, but he got obviously busy and things happened and stuff like that. And it wasn't able to materialize, but it might materialize in the future. He was going to come to Dubai. He was going to come to Abu Dhabi and stuff. We were going to do this massive tour, guys, at the end of the day. And it could still happen. So keep it. It might happen. Great show, Sal. Catch you later, bro. Guys, off to work. Big up, Gray. I hope you have a fantastic day, mate. Take it easy, brother. Absolutely fantastic show, Sal. Thank you, Kazi. Thank you, mate. Thank you, you legend. Thank you. Don't work too hard, guys. Don't work too hard. Great. Thank you, guys, for joining me. Been a fantastic show as usual. You know what? I keep it real. I keep it 100, as I always do, guys. I'm never one to basically sugarcoat anything. Do you know what I mean? And that is not what I do at the end of the day. And if anyone wants to come back at me, they can. They ain't got the courage, though. And that's the one thing about it, to come back at me. They'll make fake accounts like Maya, of course. But at the end of the day, guys, thank you for joining me. It's been a fabulous show. Let me just read some of your comments again. How's Abu Dhabi for you, pubs, and to watch your matches in? Good, mate. There's lots of bars and stuff in Yaz Island, in Sardiat. There's lots of great places to watch the football, my friend. Absolutely. There's also Todd, which is about $20 a month with every football game in the world, every week. Absolutely. He has no tactics to change according to what needed in games. He needs to change his dimensions. He needs to have a plan B. I'm going to bed. Have a good day. Have a good day, Chow. Big up the Los Angeles and the West Coast, my friend over there. Glory go Man United. Big up everyone. Of course, guys, in the YouTube chats, it says slow mode is turned on in most channels. Slow mode. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what slow mode is. Maybe it's to do with chats. Maybe it's to do with something like that. I'm not sure, mate. I'm going to check it out, though. I'll find out. Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been brilliant. As usual, you guys are absolute superstars. As I said over and over again, you are superstars. Thank you for joining me. Keep supporting the channel. Keep subscribing, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. It's so, so important. Do you know what I mean? It's so important. And sometimes I put a cat at the end of my streams. I do put a cat at the end of my stream. The reason I put a cat at the end of my stream is because it represents the people with the big mouths. You know what I mean? Pussyfooting around me, but I don't want to talk. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, you take it easy. Have a fantastic guy. Enjoy the credits. Take it easy, guys. Much love.